So picture this, you're sitting in a formal interview and the question comes, tell me about a time you came out as a champion for the company and really saved the day. Well, now to match the intensity of the question, you might go bold and say, I automated all of our company's manual financial processes in just 1 month and saved a ton of cost. Well, that sounds incredible, right? But anyone who has actually dealt with enterprise automation knows the reality. Even getting a single workflow live can take weeks of planning, design, testing, and endless approvals. So while the answer grabs attention, it also shows how easy it is to overshoot into something that sounds great, but doesn't hold up in real-world enterprise settings. So that's kind of how AI solutions behave too. The moment you throw a curveball at them, they still try to come up with an answer because with LLM, they're built to respond to everything. The problem is sometimes they end up way off track or just keep making things up entirely. And when that happens, we call it an AI hallucination. And this is where things get really tricky for an AI solution inside a company. You have to set boundaries because a wrong answer can cause real problems. Imagine an employee asking the enterprise AI solution, what's the policy for parental leave? Well, now if no such policy actually exists and the AI just makes one up, you can see how fast things can go sideways. So what are enterprise solutions actually doing to control this? Most of them are turning to a technique called RAG, Retrieval-Augmented Generation. So instead of letting the AI just guess, RAG makes the model pull information from a trusted source first, like a knowledge base or company document, and only then generate the response. So think of it as forcing the AI to fact check itself before it speaks. Without RAG, you might get a polished but totally made up answer. With RAG, the response is grounded with real company information. Now let's dive into how some of the well-known enterprise AI solutions are tackling hallucinations. So Microsoft Copilot in its enterprise rollout also runs on RAG. Before it answers, it retrieves data directly from SharePoint, OneDrive, Outlook, and Teams, then blends that with its large language model. So if you ask it about a company policy, it's not just guessing, it's actually pulling the answer straight from your enterprise documents, which makes it far more reliable. Now, if you're using Amazon Bedrock on the backend, it takes a slightly different approach. It uses something called automated reasoning checks through Bedrock guardrails. These checks verify natural language responses against your defined policies, making sure that AI stays within strict compliance and doesn't drift outside the guardrails. ServiceNow also has RAG built right into its Now Assist umbrella. Because the knowledge base lives natively inside the platform, so answers are naturally grounded in the company's own knowledge base, catalogs, and records. So with all the IT and HR modules tied in, if an employee asks about leave policy, the response comes directly from the official HR handbook and not from model's imagination. So other models like Google and Perplexity also use a RAG engine. The difference is they don't just provide a grounded answer, they actually give you the link back to the official source as well. So to wrap things up, hallucinations might make AI sound smooth and fast, but they're definitely unreliable. So if you're planning to roll out AI in your company, make sure you've got the right controls and guardrails in place. With RAG and enterprise level checks, the future of AI isn't about talking with confidence, it's about delivering answers you can trust. If you come across hallucinations while chatting with AI, drop your stories in the comments and stay tuned for more such insights.